Yeah, that's cool.
All right, I want to hear how good the audio is. How good the audio is. That's good, right?
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
How good the audio is. That's good, right?
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
How good Give me one more mic check.
Mike,
Testing,
Mike,
testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Mike, check.
Give me one more mic check.
Mike,
Testing,
Mike,
testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Mike, check.
Give me one more mic check.
Mike,
Testing,
Mike.
testing. Okay. All right. Shout out to everyone that's in the building already. Uh, please let us know if the audio quality has any issues. Put it in the chat. Let us know what's going on. Because again, we had some technical difficulties last week. We're using a new platform. Shout out to the platform. We're not gonna give them any exposure, but um, just working out the kinks. All right, so here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to another episode of Cigars and Whiskey, the podcast that discusses love, relationships, sex, and dating from a male's perspective. I'm your guy, Ron Cole, and I'm joined by my guys, White Star GB.
We're shaking.
All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone tuned in on YouTube, also on Facebook. Please remember to share so we can get more people to tap into the conversation. Tonight, we have a great show for you guys tonight. Tonight, we are drinking the Elijah Craig Straight Rye. And tonight's topic is going to be no accountability in relationships. White Star GB,
Yep.
how was your week, man?
My week was fantastic, man. Nerd Christmas came early, man. The Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer dropped this week, and it did not disappoint.
I
Mm,
I heard about it, and I forgot the parent company of.
Rockstar Games?
There's another company that trades. I'm not sure if it's Rockstar that trades publicly, and it
Mm.
said the shares dropped like it was about 5 or 6% for the day because of the trailer, and I wasn't sure why.
Maybe because
Oh, it got
the
leaked. Didn't it get leaked or something?
well, it got leaked. No one really saw the leak, but they were just like, all right, drop it. They were supposed to drop the trailer the next day at 9 a.m.
Mm.
So they had like a countdown and everything like that. But it leaked, so they let it go early. But as far as what we were expecting, it was all there. It was all there. It is people don't really play games. Grand Theft Auto is a sandbox game, which is considered like an open world game where you can kind of do missions or you can just explore this whole world that they give you. You could literally walk outside of your house, knock somebody off of a bike, ride your bike to a affluent neighborhood, steal a Ferrari out of their driveway, drive that to the heliport, steal an airplane, and then fly to an island, and then do whatever you want. You can literally do whatever you want to do. So, or you could play, different missions, or you could play online with other friends and everything like that. But everything, the graphics, the storyline so far looks pretty good. Everything looks good. The only knock on it is that, and what could add also dropped it down is that the release is 2025. So we're waiting a whole year, maybe even more for this to drop. So
Did you know that before the trailer came out?
no, honestly, the jokes were 2028. The 2025, honestly, it seems reasonable.
Mm.
And the thing is, with games, it's been 10 years since the last one dropped.
Mm.
So this is taking a while. We trust them because a lot of games come out a little early and then they're buggy and they're patchy and they really don't work well.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of have to go back into the game and fix it. GTA always works well right off the rip. And people have played this game for 10 years. And it's always cutting edge. It's always, but that's why I wanted to ask you. I kind of want to ask you, as someone from the outside looking into the gaming world, so I kind of want to hear what your experience was with it. Like, you saw the stock market thing, and then you kind of like, was it like a big thing, like on the, peripheral?
Not really. I was reading an article,
Mhm.
and that was one of the articles based on one of the the investment
Mhm.
sites that I frequent.
It's such an adult.
And
He read the article about investments.
yeah, you got it, man. And I
We
just
call it
saw that.
adulting.
Yeah, adulting.
Yeah.
So it was that, and that was the only reason why I really knew.
Okay.
I've heard of the game before.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But
in pop culture, there's been plenty of references to it.
Yeah.
It's in the world and everything like that. But this thing is like, it's the trailer was like a minute and 30 seconds long. It's approaching 1 billion views on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. So everybody, it's a big thing. It's happening. We're happy for it. We're not patiently, but we're waiting, and we're here. Yeah, man. Great week for me.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
But shit, it's a great week knowing that it's going to be another year before the game comes out. At
You
least
just got to see it and know that they're doing it. That's all we want to really know, that is happening. Sometimes just knowing that something's happening is good enough for me. Like, if you know that if you know that you're gonna get $1 million eventually,
Mhm.
and they could kind of like give you like a date, like a year,
Mhm.
you'll take it.
I get it.
You know what I mean? It's a
you're right.
stretch, you know what I mean? But if something's good happening, I'll take it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. How was your week?
My week was cool.
Mhm.
Shout out to my mother. She had a rotator cuff surgery. So she had surgery. It was, it was in the hospital, but she was released the same day. It was like outpatient recovery and shit.
Nice.
So
shout out to her.
yeah, she got through it. I don't even know how a woman that's like 60 something, like damn near 70, how they throw on rotator cuffs.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
What was crazy was that, they gave her, for post-op, they gave her meds. And so we go to like CVS to go pick up her prescription.
All right.
So while we're there, she wants to pick up other stuff. So I'm in the aisles and I'm looking, and I get to the aisle of like the the protection, like condoms and lube and things like that, right?
Yeah.
And in the case, I see a vibrator.
Okay.
And I'm like, why would they have a vibrator in CVS? Like, I understand having Plan Bs, having condoms, lube, things like that. But why would they have a vibrator inside CVS? Like, that's pretty much the vibrator is a sex toy, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't. A contraceptive is something that keeps you from getting pregnant.
Yeah.
So wouldn't a vibrator be a contraceptive? If you get your nut off so that you don't need sex, then that means you don't need sex, right?
No, that's not always what it's for.
It's for it's
You
for
can utilize
self-pleasure.
it while you're having sex.
Yeah, but it's made for self-pleasure.
All right, that's the only thing nothing else in the aisle was for self-pleasure.
Yeah, lube.
Lube is for having sex. You could use
lube is for self-pleasure. Like
that. No. Lube has a dual purpose, but the main purpose is to lubricate when you're having sex, right? But now, if you don't have nobody to have sex with, all right, yeah, I just use it on myself. You understand what I'm saying? But
I think it makes sense.
You think it makes sense?
Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense.
I thought it was a bit too much.
A bit too much?
Yes, absolutely.
So stuff like that belongs in the sex store?
Yes, I believe that.
But in the sex aisle of a store, it wouldn't be there.
It's not a sex aisle.
It's kind of a sex aisle. There's lube, there's condoms. You know what I mean? There's sex stuff in there. You know? Shit, it might be
And
pamphlets for prostitutes in there. Like, you
everything
never know,
has
like,
everything in the aisle has a medical purpose, right?
yes.
So if you're suffering for something, like, all right, if you're getting older and a woman doesn't lubricate like she used to, all right, you got lube there.
All right.
To prevent pregnancy, you have that.
Yes.
If you feel like you are pregnant, you get a plan B. That's there.
Right.
A vibrator is for
Contraceptive is
It's
for
not contraceptive.
But before you make a
pleasure.
bad decision, self-pleasure, think about it again.
Okay. All right. I give you that.
So. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I think it works.
No, it probably does work, but
it was a woman one, and they ain't have nothing there for like a dude. What they call them in jail? Is this the Susies?
I don't know. They call them the Susies.
I think they put like a towel. I think they take like a plastic glove, put lube in it, and like wrap it in like a towel, and then they have sex with that, and they call it a Susie in jail. I never been in jail. I mean,
how long could a dude deal with a Susie until he like, yo, I need something real?
Real like what? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all that's
I can't
that's
get
your
no
only
cooch.
option.
I don't know. They going for Duke shoots. Yeah, I saw a clip of
nigga marry his Susie, nigga.
No, I saw a clip of Bootsy, and I think he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was like, he was in prison or whatever, and he said he was walking or whatever, and he saw a nigga like reverse cow ride another dude. And then he said like, yo, oh, my bad, dog. My bad, dog. He said he called his mom, was like, yo, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Dog. Give me a bond or something like that.
Wow.
And he's like, yo, that shit was wild.
That's animal shit. Like, that's like people locked in the cage to just do weird shit to each other. I mean, listen, that's your lifestyle. Go for it. Pardon me. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's their lifestyle, but if it's out of necessity, though.
I'm mad he even said it because he saw it, and now he said it, and now I kind of see it in my head. I don't even want to see it, man. That's gross.
Yo, bro. Yeah.
Yo, imagine what it smelled like, though.
Oh my God! Stop, please.
Hey,
stop.
You got us here.
Yeah.
Get us out.
All right, yo. Shout out to everyone tuned in on YouTube and on Facebook. Again, remember to share so we can get more people to tap into the conversation. All right. Like I said, tonight we are drinking the Elijah Craig Straight Rye. This one is a Kentucky Straight Rye whiskey, 47 ABV, 94 proof. And
we did the regular one already, right? We did the Elijah Craig, right?
I'm not even sure. I believe we did, but I think I'm looking at one of the bottles. Now that's an Isaac Bozeman that I'm looking at right now. But I'm pretty sure we did an Elijah Craig.
Yeah,
we had to. It's you see it all over the place.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I saw the ride. I was like, let's go for it.
Yeah. We definitely should try that. So, so far so good. I'm getting, like I was telling you, I'm getting a little bit of notes of like some chocolate, little honey.
Right.
But it's pretty smooth. You know, a little spice, but it's so far so good.
Nice.
All right. So we'll let that one marinate and we'll come back and let you guys know how it fares. Please remember to throw your comments in the comment section. We will read them out loud as we go, and we will answer your questions in real time. All right. So you want to jump right into it?
Yeah, let's go for it, man.
Tonight's show, again, is supposed to be no accountability in relationships. All right. So
and this is what? Friendships, intimate relationships, raising children, just relationships, period. Just accountability is a big it's a big part of a healthy relationship. And I feel like it's a big part of helping people to respect each other.
Okay.
Because when you're dealing with someone who lacks accountability, you lose a little respect for them. Am I a little off, or? It seems like they're trying to like get away with things.
Lose respect is is pretty serious because I don't know, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like a lot of the times, when it comes to accountability, I don't think women are held to the same standards as men. So I wouldn't necessarily say I would lose respect for a woman if she's not accountable. I would just assume, like, that's just the nature of the beast.
Well, that's like saying men are dogs and men just get to cheat, like boys to be boys. Like, like it's not. It's a slogan, like, but it's not really acceptable. Same
Mm.
way, if you're with somebody for 10 years and their accountability hasn't grown, kind of looking at them like, all right, like, what are you really doing here? Like, what are we really doing here? Because you're not even trying to work on this. Because this is accountability is something that you work on.
Explain. All right, what does accountability mean to you in a relationship?
Accountability means just owning your shit in the
Mm.
plainest terms possible. It's something, own it. Can you look in the mirror and be like, yo, I was wrong in this situation? Like, bigger than apologizing. Just really just owning the situation. Like, yo, um, let's go to like even cheating. You know, a woman would cheat on a man, and when she gets caught or everything is found out, it comes, okay, you weren't affectionate enough to me. That's why I cheated. It's always like a reason why you did something wrong.
But is it two-sided though?
Of course, it's two-sided. Accountability is a human issue. I feel like men definitely struggle with accountability as well
No,
too.
no, no. What I'm saying is that in that particular example that you just
Right,
mentioned,
right, right.
all right, it might be maybe not the greatest excuse.
Hmm.
You didn't have to do that, but it is to that person, it is an excuse. So as a man, would a man have to take accountability for that and say, yo, you know what, I wasn't that affectionate, or I wasn't whatever.
But that's for him to do the work on the back end and find out. In the If you were in a monogamous relationship and you broke that bond with somebody, and the best you could come up with is to blame them for it, then you lack accountability.
Yeah, yeah.
In my book, I don't know. Own it. I mean, it's an embarrassing thing to get caught on, so you want to like deflect. And I
Hmm.
think that's something we're going to touch on, because that's one of the facts and accountability. People like to deflect, but it's just you can't own it. Yo, listen, I found this other person. I was weak, and I messed up,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that's the way you own it. And if you want me back, or if I'm going, whatever, and then later on, you could do the work on yourself, like, damn, what caused her to like cheat on me or whatever. But for you to do that in that moment lacks accountability.
Gotcha,
You know,
gotcha.
I don't know. How about yourself? What do you feel accountability?
um I think it's what you said, but in addition to that, accountability is basically you holding yourself responsible on how you make your partner feel too.
How you make your partner feel? Okay.
Now, you're not responsible for necessarily their happiness, but you can have an impact on it.
Okay. Yeah.
And you do have to take accountability, even in the situation that you probably just brought up, is that, the way our partners react, or the way they are, or the way that they are in a relationship, is based on the way we treat them and the way we handle them. So we do have to take accountability when there's negativity in a relationship, right? So we got to say, all right, what was my part in it?
Yeah.
So it's always, accountability is a two-man game. It's not a one-man game. You know what I mean? And if it is a one-man game, then the relationship is probably, I guess you could say, kind of doomed.
Well, at the peak of a healthy relationship, I feel like it's a two-man game. But I feel like the work is done alone. I feel like the work is done internally.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
individually, like
Yeah.
individually, the work is done.
Yeah.
But I think even with that, as a couple, you can have discussions with your significant other about accountability. And I think a big part of it, of the accountability, is transparency and communication.
100%.
Let's look at this clip that we got. What is this chick talking about? She's actually talking about traits of 3 traits of accountability. Is that what it is? All right, we'll take a quick look at it. We'll see what she's talking about.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. The lack of accountability is at an all-time high. Here are 3 signs of a person that lacks accountability. Number 1, when you call them out on their bullshit, they project it back onto you. They say, oh, I only did this because of this, because you did this, or I only said this because you said this, or you did this, failing to acknowledge the fact that they are the one that is accountable for their response, no matter what you did. Number 2,
Let's listen to that one more time.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. The lack of accountability is at an all-time high. Here are 3 signs of a person that lacks accountability. Number 1, when you call them out on their bullshit, they project it back onto you. They say, oh, I only did this because of this, because you did this, or I only said this because you said this, or you did this, failing to acknowledge the fact that they are the one that is accountable for their response, no matter what you did. Number 2,
What do you think about what she said? As far as well, I think it's definitely on the money what she's saying.
Yeah.
I think that's straight down the pike as far as not being accountable.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's something that children do. Like raising children, we understand that
you think it's what
accountability.
children do? I was gonna say that's what women do.
well, we
uh,
see this trait in children, and we know that with morality coaching and with like teaching them wrong from right, we can get this out of them. Like initially, this is something that children do, you know. Like I only did this because this happened. You're like, what's going on? Like, why you doing? Like, I have a younger brother, you know, so it's like, okay, he pushed me, so I punched him in the face, you know. What he did to me didn't constitute what I did to him. So I'm wrong. So I have to know that I'm wrong in that situation, you know. My parents would have told me, he pushes you, you come to me and you tell me that he pushes you and you tell him to stop. So in an adult's case, you kind of can't respect it. You know, you're like, come on, like, what are you, 6? Like, what are you, like, come on. You should have knew better than this. Like, we're not doing this. We're talking about this right now, you know?
I like your scenario, but in my opinion, I think she's talking about more or less, let's just say, for instance, if you were to, in your relationship, you say to your significant other, like, yo, you haven't cooked all week. And then your wife says, well, you haven't been cutting the grass all week. Like you know the leaves or the lawn is super high. All right. Instead of her taking accountability, like, all right, I didn't cook. Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? You're right. I've been slacking. I'm gonna make sure I get in the kitchen today or whatever. You know what I mean? But instead of just owning that, they'll throw something at you. They'll instead like it's constructive criticism, but now it becomes shot throwing.
So let's keep it there, right? That situation happens. You're the husband, and the wife says that to you. What's your retort? Do you get upset,
this is
or
no.
Is it a teaching moment?
All right. So the way I would probably react is like, yeah, you're right. I would probably say you're right, right? And in that instance, when I say like, all right, you're right. I do need to cut the grass. I should cut the grass. I should be cutting the grass. And I may do that. And I may not even go back and say, well, what's up with you cooking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. And I think that's how a lot of situations go in relationships, where men are not really equipped to go back and forth with a woman, especially when it comes to things like that. Right? We're solution based, and if you give us a problem, we're gonna come up with a solution. We're not gonna sit there and go back and forth about it. We got a comment that just came in. Shout out to Danny McSlammy. All right. And he asks the question, is it proper to be fully honest with your woman? Or as a man, are there just some things you have to keep to ourselves?
With love comes a little bit of, you can't be completely honest. I feel like, but you got to curb the truth a little bit.
Yeah, it's certain things I don't think you could. You can't even, I don't know if you can even touch, but then there are certain conversations that your delivery is going to be somewhat of a, I'm not saying like super soft, but you got to kind of finesse the way you deliver it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, all right, so there was a situation. My wife's homegirl, her boyfriend, he had to run some errands, right? He has to run some errands, and his girlfriend says, "Yo, I'm gonna come out with you. I'll run the errands with you." He's like, "Yo, nah. Look at your hair. Your hair look crazy and shit. You know what I mean? Like nah, you can't. You got to get your shit straight or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't want to be seen with you in public because you don't look presentable.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Wild. That's wild to say.
Yeah. With a situation like that, maybe his delivery could have been a little bit like, okay, well, all right. So
I'm going to grab one of my Yankees.
Yo. Or you might want to come in a joking manner, like, yo, I don't know, man. You looking like such and such, or whatever. Yeah. Playful. You know what I mean? You don't want to offend where it does, make your lady or significant other feel away. But certain conversations could be straight and transparent and candid, but some they need to be kind of tailored a certain way.
It's a fine line, because you don't want someone you love looking crazy in the world neither, So if she comes to you and be like, if she comes to you and be like, yo, how I look, am I presentable to go out? And you like, yeah, because you don't want to hurt her feelings, then you kind of hurting her, But there's a kind of way to, approach certain situations with love. And listen, they say the truth hurts, so you got to bend the truth a little bit and kind of maneuver your way around it. You can't be that blunt with certain things,
Yeah.
Like, yo, even with your children, like if you have young children and your kid brings you little pasta macaroni thing that looks like a complete mess, and you're like, yo, what is that? Like, it's a giraffe. You're like, this is the greatest giraffe in the world. You want to boost self-esteem a little bit, but you kind of want to, help a little bit too. You know what I mean? So it sounds like bad advice, Danny, but yeah, man, you gotta bend that truth a little bit for who you love.
Do you think men get the same grace though?
Definitely.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the same grace. I think so. Yeah. We think we do good with a lot of things, and our wives just clap for us, and my wife loves every one of these episodes. Like there's some episodes where I'm like, yo, that was trash. She was like, nah, you did great. You know what I mean? Like everything is, it's a self-esteem thing. Like it's a, you want to help, you want to hold, you want to help hold your partner's esteem highly. So it is. I feel like it's cool to bend the truth a little bit. Not flat out lie, but yeah, you can bend the truth a little bit.
Yeah, you can't flat out lie, and it puts your significant other in a position where they look crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if it don't hurt, if it's not really gonna hurt, I don't see a little like, bending the truth.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? All right, so let's go to number 2 with her. Let's see.
They bring up past things that they have done, things that are in the past that they may have done differently, or so they feel. They are failing to take accountability for the fact that you are speaking about something that is happening in the present, not the past. Number 3, they deflect.
See, with that one, I kind of, I could give a little pushback on that one because credit does matter. If someone stays out late in a relationship, you know what I mean, a little past, like if I fall asleep here, if I fall asleep here, crazy, like after the podcast, you know what I mean, and I'll come home to maybe 7 a.m, and I don't know, because you got to own it. Like, yo, okay, this does look crazy. So you do have to own it, but you do got to call into the past, like I don't do this. You know what I mean? Like, this is a one-off. You know what I mean? So your credit kind of does matter. It does look like sometimes things aren't what it looks like.
Yeah.
And you got to call in your past, like, yo, listen, this is not my track record. I don't move like this. Like, when have you seen it? But I think before you do that, you got to be like, yo, my bad. I know it look crazy. You can't get mad that they're upset. You got to understand where they're coming from and own it where they're coming from. And then you could kind of plead your case after,
How does that look on the other side, though, with a woman? Because
same thing. Like, yo, like, if she's out having some drinks, you know what I mean? And she's supposed to be home at a certain time. She said she was going to be home at a certain time. Not that I'm policing anybody, and not picking up their phone or whatever. You gotta, when the explanation comes, if it's a logical explanation and it's not, yo, you be out all the time and you know what I mean? Like, if it's not just deflecting and throwing it back on you, then yeah. But people, I don't feel like people really have the emotional intelligence to kind of just, or the not the emotional intelligence, the empathy to kind of feel what the other person is feeling, feel that for the person, and then assess it. Because I feel like it just having a little empathy in situations makes interactions a lot easier. If you could feel what that other person is feeling, you can internalize it and be like, okay, I would feel like that if I was you, but this is why this is not what it seems like. Or you just wilding, you just a wild boy, you just out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How about yourself? What you thinking?
I agree with what you said, man. Agree with what you said. I don't really got nothing to add to that.
All right, cool. Number 3, tree.
Otherwise, they make an excuse. That may look like, oh, I'm sorry, I was in a bad mood, or my bad, I wasn't thinking. Again, not taking accountability for their actions. People who don't take accountability love playing the victim. They have a victim mentality. No matter how you try to explain it to them, they're the victim. It's always somebody else's fault, never theirs. Never. How dare you say it was their fault? Keep your contact with these type of people very, very minimal. I've said this before and I'll say it again.
Okay.
Victim mentality.
You agree? Disagree?
Yeah, people definitely have a victim mentality. There are people who, and I feel like that is the nutshell of people who don't take accountability in relationships, man or women. People who cannot see what they did wrong. I feel like that is the perfect thing. And everything that is wrong, everything that was done wrong is because of someone else. Like everything. I lost my job because my boss doesn't like me.
Yeah.
That's the groundwork for it. That lady at the job be hating and she told the boss that I be punching in late. but you puncturing late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like that is the groundwork for anybody who lacks accountability right there. That victim mentality, that woe is me, that everything is everybody else's fault.
How do we correct it?
By calling it out. No matter how uncomfortable it is. And it's uncomfortable because you're dealing with a delusional person. So for a rational person to deal with a delusional person is A, uncomfortable, B, it's upsetting, right?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then C, like I said, like how I started it, you lose respect for this person because you're like, are they doing this on purpose, or they just really like? It feels like they're trying to get over on you, and it makes you like feel a certain way. I don't know. What you think?
Uh, Definitely a victim's mentality, but I'm not trying to. I don't know. I know some men that don't take accountability for
Absolutely.
a lot of the shit that they do.
Yeah.
They they do justify their faults and their flaws. The reason why I did this was because of this, or the reason why this happened is because of this. It's um, but like when it comes down to like women, I think a lot of society is built a certain way for them to have excuses to get out of certain things.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And I don't want to just pour on them, but when it comes to relationships, I think, more or less you might have, if I had to put a percentage on, and it was like, yo, who's not being accountable, it'd probably be like a 80-20 or 85-15
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
balance as far as
Because
accountability.
absolutely. In the double standards lottery, I feel like the women won in that category,
Mm.
in the accountability category. Like they get to be young and dumb. They get to a man doesn't get to be young and dumb.
No, they don't,
You know?
because when everybody's supposed to get, it's far as the protection is supposed to be for women and children. Like supposedly men that built the world was to protect women and children, to make sure
Yeah.
they're safe or whatever.
As it
And
should be.
the rules, the laws and everything like that. Now a lot of the laws and everything are being created in order to definitely further protect women. You know what I mean? Um, we spoke a couple of weeks back or a week or so back about a lot of these lawsuits that are coming out, and some people, they are saying, well, you guys were in these scenarios, but you guys don't have any accountability as far as your side or what you did in the situation, or being there, or being with a specific person for a specific reason, and like you have to be accountable for your part of it. But
Well,
realistically,
that's called victim shaming.
well,
That's called victim shaming. If someone,
based on what we were just watching,
yeah,
like a part of the description or the characteristics are a victim's mentality.
someone has their headphone, and someone has their head down in the phone and walks into the street and gets hit by a car, yeah, the motorist is at fault. But I hope while they're sitting in the hospital with their legs broken, they're like thinking about, maybe I should have been paying some more attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's the work you hope people would be doing. But
Eh, eh, eh.
who am I? Because if you victim shame, it's a touchy subject because you can't even touch it because it's victim shaming. But I hope after this, after everything, after the people who are wrong in this situation, because that's the low hanging fruit.
Mm-hmm.
People are wrong in this situation.
Yeah, for
there
sure.
are people who harm other people.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that the people who were harmed internalized why were in that situation, and I hope they help younger people not to be in those situations in the future. I hope they pay it forward.
Yeah, I hope so. But in the
Cigars
society
and
that
whiskey
we're,
got to be PC.
yeah,
Man, I ain't
yeah.
touching it. I'm
Yeah.
done with it. What's the difference between an excuse and a reason? I think I asked you that before. I don't really talk about it.
I don't think you ever asked me that.
All right. But they say people, she was saying people would have an excuse for things. But sometimes there's a reason.
I think an excuse is not real. A reason is real.
But who's going to justify if it's real or not?
You could all right. So when it comes to accountability, usually if you're accountable, that's the real reason.
So only you know.
Yeah, you would have to now I'm not saying a lot of situations it's not one particular reason why an outcome became an outcome.
Okay.
But what you did in that whole scenario is part of the reason why the outcome was the outcome, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of the times when you make an excuse, it's what you think. Or let's just say, for instance, like you created a scenario of like, oh, this person ratted me out, right? You could say like, yo, they didn't see me, they saw me what'd you say? What's the word? Clocking in late.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
And they saw me clocking in late, and that's probably why I got fired. You could say that, but you clocked in late, but you don't know if that person told on you.
Okay.
Your supervisor could have did it. But the only thing you know for a fact that's true is that you got fired for clocking in late, and you clocked in late, and that's why you got fired. That's a fact. Okay. Right?
What if you clock in late every day because you got to put your kid on the bus and that makes you 5 minutes late? Is that an excuse or that's a reason?
That could be the reason. Yeah, but you have to say, all right, yo, I came in late 5 minutes every day. Okay. And I got reprimanded for that.
Right.
That is the reason.
So
right?
is an excuse like a pattern of behavior?
I think an excuse is now, all right, the scenario that you just gave with like, oh, it's like you're trying to get a little sympathy because I had to put my kid on the bus or whatever, this, that, and the third.
But that's the truth, though. You
no,
said
it is the truth.
Yeah.
It is the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth, right? And that might be a good reason, right? But it's not a reason to not get fired, because if you work somewhere and they want you there at a certain time, then you got to get there at a certain time, right? But you know the reason. You know the reason. Like you would hope somebody would be like, give you grace. Like, I understand you got a kid and shit like that, but no, nobody doesn't owe you that, right? And usually when it comes to an excuse, you're not trying to take any blame. You're not, a lot of times people don't mention what they did wrong. They just point out what somebody else did wrong to them. Yeah. Or in the situation.
Yeah, I could dig it.
And it's so important because as we live this life is about growth and progression. Yeah. And the only way you're going to grow or progress, that's going to be it's going to be by learning from your mistakes and the shit that you did wrong. If you're able to be accountable, you're going to be better in the future. You're not going to commit certain mistakes over and over again. You're going to learn and you're going to move forward. We got another comment that came in. Shout out to Big Man Johnson. Pause. All right. So his question is, any thoughts on BBLs? Are they good or bad? Well, it's a little off topic, but we could,
shit. They cool to look at, like it is what it is,
Sometimes they cool to look at.
Okay.
Sometimes when
that box,
when the work is good.
Shoddy.
But I think at this point in time, it's like a a lot of women it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
And you got to catch a chick right when she got it done. It's like as soon as it get off the lot and it drops in value, it's not the same. It don't look the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you let a chick get that BBL and you give her like a month, that shape start changing that fast.
No, but they gotta keep going to like the massage spot, right, to get it smoothed out. Like,
Yeah, you could smooth it out, but you still
on the
have
Gumby
to.
side of the game. They gotta get the shit.
Yeah, they got to shape
mold that clay.
Yeah. But even on top of that, they have to exercise and still and try to stay in shape and keep that shape.
That's cap, yo. Because I be in the gym, I be seeing the BBL chicks in there, but I be like, yo, if you get fat, just go get more surgery. Like, you already there, or it's just the start to like a realistic like change your like life.
I think a lot of women be kidding themselves. They have all these aspirations in their head, and they say, "Yo, you know what? This is a fresh start. I'm not gonna eat like I used to eat. I'm not gonna be fat like I used to be fat. I'm gonna change my life." But the thing is, you got it easy. You can't get some shit easy and then start working hard.
Well, listen, to shoot a little bell, yeah, they pay and all that, but they, it seems like in the recovery, it'd be a little pain with that drainage and everything like that. There is a level of discomfort, though it is kind of, acute, but there is a level of discomfort with having that surgery. Maybe in that short period of time, they're like, yo, I'm not going through this again. Like, yo, I'm thankful that I was able to pay, got this fresh start, and I ain't going back. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just get fat and I can't do it again. I'm going to waste my money.
Fat BBL. Yeah.
That's all that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think they're getting a little played out too, though. Now I think they kind of the price is going down a little bit, and I feel like they're getting a little normalized, and they're getting a little played out.
Or so women can't stunt on other women that don't have it.
Nah, because you're gonna go to KFC and see the manager got one too. Like, it's not even like a stunt no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even like that exclusive thing. Like, oh, I got the fattest ass in the room everywhere you go. There's always gonna be one fat in there.
What's the mindset of the chick that works at KFC that got a BBL?
Trying to bag a baller that like chicken. Like chicken and fat asses, nigga.
What? Yo, bro, I have seen women with BBLs in the weirdest places, and I'm like,
in the wild.
What's the motive? What is the motive? Because where you are, it don't seem like you're not even in the right spaces. And this is even just generally speaking, is for women. Like, if you're looking for a certain type of man, you got to go to the places where those particular men are, right? And I can't tell you if these women are doing this for them, for other women, for themselves, or for men. But you see chicks in all different walks of lives getting their bodies done, and they look a certain way, and it's crazy. But if you are looking for, let's say, a baller or a dude with bread, or I don't know what type of dude, you instead of being at a fast food restaurant, you might have to go to a high-end restaurant where people spend not $10 but
that might get you higher. Like, that might get the person that's working at a fast food restaurant hired at a nightclub to be a bottle girl or be behind the bar. There are going to be more eyes on that woman.
No, absolutely.
I feel like there's a couple of mentalities. I feel like it's 50-50. I feel like, listen, people are human. People do a lot of things for this self-esteem. They see it, they like it, and maybe they could even be married and they just want their body to look a certain way. Have at it. There's the older woman.
Go ahead.
No. Well, there's the older woman that'll get it to like extend her street life too. If she's getting up there in age on a divorce and she got to hit the streets and got to get back on the market, that BBL might buy you another 5 years on the streets.
Oh, possibly.
You know what I'm saying?
Possibly.
And the younger chick who's trying to get into certain lifestyles, modeling and bottle service and all that Instagram modeling, that'll get you in the door. You know what I mean? You spend the right money, get the right surgery. I've learned to kind of judge it a little less the more common it's gotten. On one of our first episodes, I think our first episode was BBLs, right?
No.
Maybe it was porn, and then the
porn,
second one was BBL.
Yeah,
it was close, and I think I had a hard stance on that one. I had a hard stance that it, and I still feel like it was initially for sex work, but now it's kind of like I think it's part of fashion. You know, same way like almost like men get tattoos. You know, at first it was kind of like, okay, I'm in a biker gang or I'm in a gang or whatever, it's to show your colors or whatever. But now it's kind of fashion. People like to have tattoos. People see people with tattoos and be like, all right, I want my arm to look that way, and then go get tattoos. I think it's almost the same as BBLs. People want to look a certain way.
I don't think they want to look like bikers. I think they want to look like rappers.
Right, but I'm saying how it started. It started off with like Hell's Angels and all that.
Yeah,
I moved to fast forward. Yeah, but rappers, you see people. Lil Wayne got his shirt off, full tattoos. I feel like a lot of people went out and got tattoos because they want to look like that with their shirt off. So when Nicki Minaj is running around, Cardi B is running around, and they look a certain way with their BBLs, it kind of influences culture. I think it's part of culture now, yo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, you got no tattoos, right?
Yeah, I got one.
You got one?
Yeah.
I'm scared to ask. I'm not gonna ask.
I got two. I actually got two.
Oh shit! They got the secret one.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah. How many you got?
I don't know.
You got that many, huh?
I think so. I don't know. I stopped counting. I never really counted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want to be a rapper? You want to look like a rapper and shit. All right. Shoot.
Yo, big homie derailed the whole joint. You thought you were gonna get something out of it, right? You thought you was gonna get it. Yeah, BBLs are okay. We're okay with them.
I'm not. They cool to look at, but it's not like it don't seem like it's nothing to really,
I wouldn't want someone that I'm with to have a BBL. I kind of like a nice regular look. Like I like a nice.
I think
want all that goofiness. Or
if you have one, you probably crave attention, and a married woman that has it, she's like, I don't know what you looking for.
Well, what about the married man who's urging his wife to get one? Babe, you see hers? That'll be nice. She got the skinny BBL. Oh, she got the, you know what I mean? She got the good doctor. That the Miami having a special. What you want for Christmas? You know what I mean? Like there are men who want that too.
Okay. All right.
Nah.
I'm well, if she's doing it for her husband.
Yeah. You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of women do it to get a man. They want to pique the interest of many men. They want eyes on them. They're seeking attention and validation from probably men.
But that's like
women.
saying men who have tattoos want to look like a gang leader or like a drug dealer. It's just part of fashion. Like things just become part of everyday life once it becomes normalized. You know what I mean? Certain things just come like that. Like,
I don't know. I think one is super invasive and one isn't as much.
Yeah.
It's a different level of like,
it is.
Yo, to really to go that, hard. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna say, yo, I want to look like Lil Wayne, so I'm gonna go and get 200 tattoos.
Yeah, they do.
No, I think if you're doing that,
they're getting put to sleep now to go get their whole body done. Like Ja Morant got put to sleep to have 5 artists work on his pieces at one time. Like they're getting put to sleep to go get tattoos done now. So yeah,
you gotta really like tattoos though.
You really gotta want to look a certain way.
I don't think it's a lot of dudes doing that though.
Okay.
I think he's an outlier. I think most dudes is not getting put.
Nah, I don't think
he getting put to sleep.
Yeah, he got put to sleep to go get tattoos done in his back. Yeah,
and he's doing his whole body.
He got his back done. He got like 3
okay.
artists work on.
Maybe he wanted a specific tat and the pain, so he put himself to sleep. All right, I get that. But if he say, yo, I'm a blank slate, but I want you to tattoo my whole body,
Yeah.
put me to sleep, that's something crazy.
That comes over time, yeah.
Yeah. Like, but if you acquire like let's say a bunch of tattoos, that's probably because you like tats. So
You get addicted, man. You get one, and then you keep going back. Or you're like, yo, all right, that'll look good with this one. Like, all right, boom, I'm gonna put this together.
Mhm.
And then you got a couple of pieces. Like, all right, I might just finish up this whole sleeve, and then that arm is done. Then you go into that arm, and then you're working on your back, and then it just happens. But,
Okay. All right, where we going next, man?
Let's go with that other shorty. Yeah. Let's go with that second accountability clip.
Okay. See what she's talking about.
That the reason our relationship is like in an uproar or something because of something that I did, that will make me feel as a woman inadequate. That'll make me have all of these other emotions. So I'm just gonna flip it, Jedi mind trick you, right? And it's you, because if you didn't say that, but when you said it, you was like, and I'm gonna find a reason, and then if all else fail, I'm gonna cry, right? So you can leave me alone.
Shout out to the good folks at I Never Knew TV. That was their clip.
Okay, yeah, shout out to them.
And basically, that clip pretty much centered around accountability and women not being able to take constructive criticism. Do you agree? Disagree?
Yeah, I feel like that's an example of a toxic person. Like that's toxic behavior.
Why do you say it's toxic behavior?
First of all, she weaponized her emotions.
Women are emotional creatures, so
yeah, but we have to live with that. But don't weaponize it. Don't be like, okay, if this don't work, I'm just going to cry. Because you crying is supposed to mean something to us. That's supposed to mean that you're in danger or inherently something has happened. But if you could just cry just because you want to win an argument, then
I guess
that's toxic.
If a woman is calculated enough to say like I'm going to cry. Now, if the argument makes you cry, that's one thing. But how do we know? How do you know?
This is an example of someone you lose respect for. Because the first time you're like, okay, maybe, all right, okay. The second time you're like, there's something here. Like, there's something a little weird going on here. Like, this person is escalating every situation where they're wrong and gaslighting me to make me feel like I'm wrong. And then when I'm pressing her on it, she's escalating it even more into an emotional state where she's crying. And then by the third or fourth time, you're like, okay, you're fucking goofy. Like, I can't, like you're thinking of an exit plan. Like, you're thinking of a way, or most rational people are thinking of a way to get away from this person.
Mm-hmm.
A friend, a coworker, a lover, anybody. Like, you're like, okay, I'm not going to do this because this is like, come on. You think I'm stupid. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't see this pattern here.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you're wrong, you're spinning this thing and escalating it to an emotional state where it don't even got to be that. You know what I mean? Like, just come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a claim. That's a toxic trait, and that's a perfect scenario of someone you would lose respect for.
But in the video, not to reference back to the video, but it's about, generally speaking, about giving constructive criticism to a woman and how women are not really conditioned to accept constructive criticism. Because I think a lot of the times women, they do a lot. They take care of a lot. They carry a lot when they're in relationships, when they're in marriages. They're focusing on themselves. They're focusing on their husbands and their children if they have a family. And if sometimes they may feel like it's unfair for them to be critiqued when there's so much stuff on their plate. So I think by default, a lot of the times, they will, instead of accepting the criticism, they're going to come back and say something in regards to why they couldn't do whatever is being brought up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if you critique your wife and say, like, yo, you haven't done the laundry, she might say, yo, well, I had to take the kids to X, Y, and Z, or I was making dinner or whatever. You know what I mean? Now, those are valid reasons, I guess. And of course, we can call them excuses.
Is you haven't done the laundry constructive criticism? Because
no, it's not constructive criticism.
Yeah, that's not constructive criticism. That's picking. That's, I don't know. It's a little selfish too.
All right, you could even say, all right, well, cooking's not that great. No, that might be a little harsh. That's a bit harsh, right? Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that would be rough. That would be rough.
That's a rough one, though. Yeah. Now, if you pulling out the ketchup and the fucking and you making your own Thousand Island dressing, and you if you gotta sauce everything up, I think she should be able to get the drift.
But you see how we're prone to be like, oh no, you can't critique.
You can't critique.
You can't critique
because there's an
I don't think. I think
a
lot of the times we're a little bit afraid of critiquing women. Generally speaking,
well, we don't want to. It's not a woman thing. It's a. All right. Oh, okay. Like, so let me just touch on this. We're critiquing someone who's making an effort to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to handle that a little carefully, because you have to be first and foremost grateful that this person is willing to do this for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's not good, you got to kind of dance around it, or you got to like help or do something. But I think that's what the tiptoeing is. Let's just say, like, okay, I handled the landscaping around the house. If I cut a bush and it is just crooked, like it is like hideously crooked, like it is like people are driving past the house, slowing down and taking pictures of, like, yo, this is a crooked bush. If my bush is going viral, but I don't know about it, and my wife, like, how is she supposed to come to me and be like, yo, that bush is crooked, It's the same way, like, if I took an effort to do something, but if you love somebody, you're supposed to not have them looking crazy out there. But now, if she's
I don't think women take that much into account.
If she's gonna have a dinner party and like, yo, you like my cooking so much that I'm gonna invite all our friends over and cook for them, since you never complain about my cooking. Now, made a mess. So I don't know. It's the one time that I'm gonna answer.
How would you? How would you?
It's touchy.
Do you have a way to offer constructive criticism?
Coaching.
How? What do you mean?
This can be the criticism has to be poignant. It has to be, this was too salty, or this lacked a little bit of flavor, or this is great, but this could do this, or the fish was good, but it was a little overcooked,
or a little positive with the negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be poignant. Like, you got to be like, you can't be like, yo, this is not good. That's not constructive criticism. If the shrimp is a little too salty, yo, listen, you can hold off a little bit on it. You know what I mean? It's got to be poignant.
Shit.
Exactly. It's a lose-lose, dog.
A lot of times, even you can say that, yo, you could say stuff to a woman very, very nicely, and it still could backfire on you.
Boom.
So I get when a lot of men just don't want to say anything, and they just want to, all right, let me just shut up.
Then you eating dog food for the rest of the fucking life. Good luck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just toxic. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yo, I had a thought this week. The holidays are coming, Christmas is coming.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a thought. You have young children. I don't know if they believe in Santa Claus or not, but if a friend of yours were to come to your house and your kids believe in Santa Claus, and your friend told your kids that Santa Claus wasn't real, would you be upset at your friend?
I think I would,
Why?
because I think that's a conversation that I should have with my child.
What if your friend is like, why are you lying to your kids?
That's really not your business.
It's not your business.
It's not your business. And,
Yeah.
you know, like, I'll tell my child in the right time.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, if I had a child and they were adopted and they didn't even know, like, you gonna tell them that, yo?
No, that's a little, you know.
No, it might be a little extreme, but it's like, yo, all right. That is important. You don't kill it. You know, it's like fucking with somebody's spirit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the same vein of, like, they believe, they have faith in this.
Mhm.
You know, they really, really, like, you don't take away a child's innocence just by being.
It's the innocence and everything.
Yeah,
right? Like,
bro.
I got the elf on the shelf, big dog. I got
Yeah.
presents. This is a Santa on it. Like, we doing this whole thing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's some cruel shit.
It's cruel, right? And it's, you know, is that a mistake that people without children would do, or that's something?
Definitely.
Yeah, right.
People without kids would do something like that.
Once you have a kid, you kind of understand where we come, like, because I wholeheartedly agree with you. But I was having that conversation. I could kind of see the other side. Like, yo, why are you telling? Like, why are you lying? But I'm like, nah, dog, that'd be crazy if someone did that.
It's not like you're gonna have your kid believing in Santa to their, you know, a teenager or something like that. They're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure it out. But
I saw a map on Reddit that it showed a map of the United States of, and we talking now, I don't know, there's kids upstairs, I don't know. But it showed a map of the United States, and every state, it kind of detailed what age kids stop believing in Santa Claus. And I think the youngest age was like 7.6, like 7.
Okay.
And that was in Oregon. And I think in Texas, I think was the highest. And I think that was about 9. But I think, and no kids above 9 still believe in Santa.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think that's about right?
I would agree. Because I have a 7-year-old who still believes in Santa.
Right.
And I have a 12-year-old that I don't even remember having a conversation to tell her that Santa wasn't real, but she knows Santa's not real.
How do you think she knows?
It's like going to school, being around other kids,
Right,
and you know,
right. Oh, you still believe in that? Oh, you a baby.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but it's nice when they still believe, though. It's nice to have that, you know, still like someone really came and did something for you. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So we still have to do for one of our kids. We have to put out the cookies and the milk and all that other. You know, we got to bite. We got to eat one of the cookies to act like he really came. Yeah, all that good shit. So.
Does it? I don't know. My daughter was about, my oldest daughter. She was about 10 or 11, and she was still playing the game. I looked at her. I'm like, you're smart, because she know that she didn't believe, but she like, why would I spite my nose? I mean, why would I spite myself? You know what I mean? You know, why would I get less things just by proclaiming this? And I could call her now. She's 22. I'll call her right now and be like, yo, what do you think Santa getting you for Christmas? You're like, I hope, I don't know, but I hope you take care of me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, you know, but it's nice when they believe in Santa. You're like, it's cool.
Yeah. You wanna go with that other clip?
Yeah. Well, whatever we got.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let me say, women settling. Let's see what she's talking about.
Between settling and having an accurate perception of your level. What people think settling is going for someone below them, but really sometimes that might be your real level. Sometimes we have an inflated perception of what we want, but not what we can access. And this has been really, really affected by short-term dating and hookup culture. What happens is the men and women that we might hook up with are completely different to the men and women that we invest in. The problem is men and women get used to who they've been hooking up with and thinking, I don't want to settle for that guy. I've been with a guy that's had a Lamborghini before. Oh, I don't want to be with this girl. I've been with a girl that's been, I'm like, but how have they treated you?
Right.
Think about the people that invest in you. Think about the people who give you love and attention. That's your accurate pool of selection. The people that you've hooked up with here and then, gone on a date with here and then, if that's inflating what you want in a partner, that's not an accurate perception of reality. So it's only settling if you've had a lot better in the past and they've genuinely been dedicated and invested in you. But if you haven't had that before and it's just something in your imagination, is it really settling?
Thoughts?
I watched that clip and I was like, it's got to be hard being a woman. Because if we were giving advice for a man, it's like date, like invest in people who rock with you, and that's easy. You know, mess with your day ones, the shorty, your down shorty. You know, even the pimp has a bottom bitch. You know what I mean? Like you have that person that is down for you, but with women, there's the dudes that want to smash, and then there's the dudes that want to invest in you. And it's like, how do you tell? Because they all look the same.
Not really. You
Okay.
really believe they look the same?
I think at first.
No. I think that this happens it happens when women start having sex.
Okay.
Their whole sex life starts like this. Right? If you
Like what?
All right, so let's just say average age of a young woman that has sex is 16 and some change, 17 years old or whatever, right? You know, back in high school, if you're popular as a guy, you're going to attract females, right? And usually young dudes that have their choice of women, you know, or who's had, a sexual history, has slept with somebody, a woman that he would never wife up or never call his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right? But for her, you ask that woman, she might say, yo, yeah, we used to deal with each other. You might say, yo, I was just hitting that. But to her, y'all was fucking with each other.
Yeah, but how did he treat you?
It don't matter.
It does matter because
you can always remember something different.
Nah,
Your interpretation
about delusion.
No, everybody's interpretation is different. No, it could be it definitely could be delusion, but in their heads,
you walk home with shorty, you stop at the Chinese food store, you let her eat the rest of your rice after you don't finish your whole plate. You know what I mean? You know, she knows she don't really hold no weight. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you let her eat your little scraping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't buy her own shit. You get my leftovers.
After eating, all the wings are done, whatever. I got some pork fried rice left. You can throw a little ketchup on that and chef that up. Like, that's all you, ma. Get ready, I'm coming. But you got that dude that treats you right, y'all. You know what I mean? Let's split a beef patty with cheese. You got that dude. You know what I mean? I feel like I feel like the delusion is. It's all in her head that she thinks that, you know, if I do what this other guy says, like give him sex and just do whatever for him, he's going to like me.
All right. So what I was saying, okay. All right. We in high school, you dealing with Ronco, right?
Hey.
Or you like Ronco, right? And Ronco's like, all right, yo, I won't wife you, but yo, you know you got a wagon, you sexy or something like that. Yo, maybe I might give it a shot. Not give it a shot in a sense of
what they used to call it back in your days. What they used to call having sex? Skins,
right?
Yeah. Whatever.
Dang, I can't even remember. So long ago, right? But yo, so you might be the chick that you not, maybe your face and all that is not
She don't know
popping
that.
like that.
She don't think that.
Yeah. They may know, but then what happens is that they get caught up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got Brian over here. I hate to use Brian because I know you. let me use another name. Give me another name. You got Craig over here, right? Craig really, really likes you. He really likes you. Ronco might hit it, but he don't like you like that. You know, he like, yo, you might be good for the, for the smash, but Craig really, really likes you. So you let Ronco go, and then Ronco just keep you on the low. He hit it for a little bit, and then you keep it moving. But Craig really likes you. Now you don't want to fuck with Craig because you be like, yo, I used to fuck with Ronco.
Yeah.
If you ask Ronco though, he never fucked with you. He was just hitting it. Nah, I went to his crib before. I went here. We was here there, but it was just a casual thing.
He said he'll like me more if I let his friends smash.
Yo, so all that, and you say, but your interpretation, you remember the whole scenario different than But now
people have that selective memory. Yeah,
Craig, he's willing to make you his girlfriend, but now you be like, yo, I used to fuck with Ronco. You know what I mean? So,
but now
I'm fucking with Craig.
But isn't her status already up there now because dudes is groupies too? Dudes are gonna go after her because she used to fuck with Ronco.
It happens,
and Ronco is gonna talk. You know what I mean? He gonna let him know, like, yo, yeah, she good for the stroke. All you gotta do is give her the rest of that Chinese food, and she good to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, so all niggas know is like, all right, yo, I got this $550. I'm gonna get this plate, get my belly full, and I'm gonna do that.
But are they gonna wife her though?
Nah, it ain't.
That's what I'm saying. Now, you may be good for the stroke.
Yeah.
At that level, you good for the stroke, but the wife, as far as wifing you, you're not on that level.
Right. So
but you feel
bring that to now. Bring that analogy to now. Then.
Well, you got a lot of women that do have inflated egos because one, they don't really know what men are looking for, right? So they feel like, all right, I've accomplished so much, right? Where as a man, if you got a certain amount of money, you got certain material things, you can get more women.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily translate for women.
So you're honestly saying that you think that let's put a number on it, a 30-year-old woman doesn't know the difference between sexual attention and real intention?
I think they know, right? But they could no woman is ever really gonna cop to say, yo, that nigga was just smashing me. Now, maybe today, women be like, yo, that's all I wanted out of the situation. That's all he got. But you, like, before then, and then especially, it'd be some women that will try to say, yo, I tried to start a sexual relationship with this dude. I started liking him, right? But then they start to remember things, right? When they know, all right, it was supposed to be a casual situation, but you started falling in love. Yeah, we fucked around. Like, oh, no, it was just casual.
Yeah.
It wasn't really going nowhere. So what happens is that they inflate their sexual market value. Right. Now, by like, yo, you could say by 16 years old, a dude knows that what his value is in the market, and he knows if he has to work on it or not. Yeah. That's why you'll see, right? A lot of dudes like, yo, they know what they're capable of, or they know what they got to work on. It's no sympathy for men that can't land women. They just have to do the work and get better. That's all.
Yeah, you got to do the work. Yeah.
They got to work on their mouthpiece, or they got to work on their physical, all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. They got to get their money up, and they know where they have to go to. Because women will tell them, like, they'll shut them down. That whole percentage, the stats of 80% of the women sleeping with 20% of the men, that's been going on for years. For years.
It's a cold world for whack niggas.
Yo, for real. So there's no delusion in a lot of these dudes' minds. They know where they stand as far as the sexual market value is concerned. Women, they feel like they're on the level of the man that they slept with.
But that's what I'm saying. With so many options and with so many, it's like Instagram, how it makes the world smaller now. Like how we could actually DM or tag any celebrity on a page. You know what I mean? On and like send them a message. We could comment and maybe they might see it. You know, when they have access to the person that they really want, can you really blame them for kind of like sticking up there for a little while? Like, is it settling? Because to come back to that, you know, if they've had access to that person that they really want, and that person,
it's the kind of access that you have, though.
Sexual access.
Okay, right. But that doesn't mean just because this dude is.
So women don't think that they can fuck their way into a nigga's heart?
A lot of women don't.
It seems like a rational thing to think.
I don't think so. I don't think women. You think women think they could?
They could
fuck their way
into a nigga's heart. I feel like women think that they could fuck their way into a nigga's heart.
Yo.
Like, yo, I'm around these niggas. Yo, if I keep fucking these niggas, one of these niggas gonna like me.
No, because it's. I think it's just too many factors. Where, all right, let's just say. We have to have an example of somebody, but it's like, if you know you don't look like a certain type of chick, you're not gonna be like, yo.
It's not about looks though. I think at that point it's not about looks.
It is about
she
looks.
Clearly got the looks enough to get the sexual attention.
No.
So the looks is there.
No. Because a woman, if
men with means have the top pick of the litter. So men with means are going to pick the cream of the crop looks wise. So I don't think the looks.
That's not what we're talking about. If we talking about looks wise, if we talking about,
we're talking about women. We're talking about women settling.
Okay.
So women who are settling are women who have reached the mountaintop, kind of. You know what I mean? Have seen the mountaintop. Have dealt with men with means.
No, I'm not saying. What do you mean reach the mountaintop?
All right, let's put together a scenario. Chick that works, she works a 9 to 5. She works at, like in the office. Nice face, got the body done, everything like that. She has access to rappers and basketball players. She looks good enough.
No.
Them niggas too.
You said she has a nice face. She got her body done.
Yeah.
If on a number scale, what are you saying she is?
She's an 8.
That's all right. She's an 8, bro.
Yeah.
We're not talking about 8.
She's a no. We're talking about 8.
No, we're not.
Well, let's just stay here. Let's just stay with the 8. All right. Then we could go back. All right. So she could go out to a nightclub, get the attention of a rapper. She could get the attention of a basketball player or whatever. They'll smash for the night. They might even buy her a bag or something like that. But there's a dude on her level at the office that really likes her. She's an 8. Yeah.
She's an 8.
So what are we saying?
If you an 8, you might be able to be a 9 or a dime if you in the right circumstance or right makeup or whatever.
But what's the difference between the dude that you have sexual access with and the dude that really likes her?
All right.
Because there's a dude
this is
that makes bread, got deals and all that, makes money that she can smash. These niggas are smashing, but the dude that's kind of on her level right there financially, he could be like an 8 too. Like he's a good he's a good looking dude, right? But he works with her.
I don't think, first of all, I don't think we judge when we out of high school, right? And we're out in the world. It's not just about looks for men.
Okay.
There's a lot of other characteristics. It's about maybe your it's your physical, your money, your career, your education. There's a lot of other factors, right? Now, when it comes to women, niggas is just judging mainly off of looks, right? Especially if another dude has bread. If a dude has bread, he's looking at the physical, right? Now, if you ate or better, yeah, you're probably gonna get a athlete or a entertainer or something like that. Right. And there's a possibility like you're gonna be in that realm.
Means what? You have sexual access to them.
You have access to them. Right?
Yeah.
Because 8s, 9s, 10s, yeah, you could get in that arena.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about women that are below that, that get to have sex with these dudes. Right? They were able because if a woman,
how they doing that?
They shoot their shot. Some women shoot their shot.
Okay.
Some women shoot their shot, and some dudes don't say no. You know what I mean?
But if there's a 6 around, like it's not no make a wish shit. Like nigga, we got one night. Like like the fuck, like
yo, like, you don't think that that's why I brought the scenario in high school, right?
Yeah.
These niggas is not just knocking down 8s, 9s, and 10s. Yeah, if a chick is really shooting her shot, yo, all right, I'll give it a stroke. You don't think they on it? Do you think they really feel like they shit is gold? Like they're like, yo, I'm a celebrity or whatever? Nah, they some might get past and they get through, but now that woman thinks that, all right, I mess with this dude, so he only messes with 8s, 9s, and 10s. So now I think I'm an 8 or a 9 or a 10. But nah, he ain't really trying to fuck with me like that. Like, look at R. Kelly. You saw Surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Well, all them chicks 8s, 9s, and 10s?
Nah.
Not at all. Right? But I bet you, since they fuck with R. Kelly, they ain't like a regular nigga. What you do? Please, I used to fuck with the king of R&B.
Piper.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm not fucking with regular niggas like that. And I think that's what happens. But some of these chicks, like, yo, you're not hot like that. You know what I mean? So you might get to another dude and you might get the stroke because you in the building and you press the dude like, yo, you flirting with a dude hard and you shooting your shot with a dude. So he might, all right.
But even that, like, if a woman got to shoot her shot, she knows she ain't shit.
Some women know it's just they know that's what they have to do because they know physically they can't really compete. Yeah, with the other chicks. With the other ones, yeah. The other chicks can just sit there and just get approached by men, but they might have to go and shoot their shot and more aggressive. You know what I mean? Right. But they'll get the stroke. Yeah. But do they get all the extras?
So they bring it full circle. Is it settling when she messes with a guy that she actually likes and is more on her level? That's
I don't think it's settling. I think
or that's 7.
Yo, bro, I feel like the women, they're the ones that come up with that verbiage.
Okay.
They come up with it like, oh, I don't want to have to settle.
So what does settling means to you?
I don't know what that is.
I think settling is.
I don't know what that is because if you got with the person, it's for you guys connect on some type of level,
right? But
some type of level, you got some commonalities.
You settle when you're with somebody and you look at them and you think I could have done better.
But that's settling. In your head. You don't know that.
Well, settling is in your head,
and your results show that you probably couldn't have done better.
No, what settling means, like maybe I could have just tried a little harder, and like settling is like people settle all the time.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't believe that. I think you wind up with people because of what you put out and the type of, like, what you get, what you are is what you get back. Right? I think most people are dating people that are on their physical level, the educational level, like, for the most part.
That's not true. No, that's not true. This, like, people are dating people on different physical levels because money or A woman would date a man that she's not physically attracted to because his money.
Okay, well, that's the equalizer.
Yeah,
I call
at
that
the
an
end-
equalizer.
But at the end of the day, she got to look at dude and be like, okay, damn, I settled for this nigga because of the bread.
Okay,
All right,
is that settling?
I think it's settling.
Is he
feel like
settling?
you settle-
Is he settling because he's not with a chick that she just offers beauty?
Nah, they call the trophy wife.
All right.
He
I
knows
feel
what
like
he's getting.
that's
all I
terms
need.
met. Those are terms that are met.
Okay, all
Right?
right, okay.
It doesn't mean like one settling for the other. That's a good business deal.
I see.
Right?
You. Okay,
All right. You give me looks,
Mhm.
I give you money.
all right.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you happy with that? I'm happy with that. All right. Handshake. We move. We good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Now, when one thing fades, now someone said, like, if the money go or the beauty fades, and you still kind of stay with that person, now what?
I don't know.
Mhm.
A lot of the times,
So
that
you don't
dude with
believe in selling at all?
that dude with the bread, he might find a younger, more find somebody with beauty and go find a new one.
Okay. So you don't believe people settle at all in life?
They use the terminology settling,
Mhm.
but usually there is something working in the mix of you two people,
Mhm.
right? Of why you guys work, right?
Mhm.
Now, we're talking about
Maybe they work because the person is settling. They met young. You know what I mean? They met young. They were, and then one person was more ambitious than the other, but they generally have love for that person. They don't want to leave that person because, listen, this is my day one. This is man or woman.
They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave, right?
But if they don't leave, then they are settling.
No,
right?
they're not. No, they're not settling. It's some commonality with
Mhm.
those people, or like, let's just say,
What settling is, you can love somebody and settle for them.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
You could love, you could love somebody and not think that they're good enough for you.
Then you'll leave them. This is what I'm trying to say. You will leave them if you feel like you're better than them.
But people are loyal.
All right, you could think that. First of all, you can think that, but that doesn't make it real, right? That could be an inflated sense of your ego of who you think you are. That doesn't mean it's true.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So this is what we're talking about. Women who think that they're higher than their sexual market value is higher than what it really is, right? So that's why they use the term settling, right?
Yeah.
So even with a dude, right? Or like, say a dude that's a fucking workaholic and he like, yo, I make so much money and my wife don't make no money or whatever. But no, you're not gonna be able to connect with somebody that's a workaholic too. Y'all gonna clash heads. Y'all gonna be competing. You need someone that kind of is the yin to your yang, or the yang to your yin, right?
Yeah.
So you need somebody like that.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna find that person that's a workaholic is not gonna find somebody that is. They're not gonna connect with somebody that's exactly like them. They need a polar opposite, right?
Yeah.
You
that's
might
tougher. That's the easier pill for a man to swallow. If it was a woman in that other situation,
no,
you don't think that she would feel like she was settling because she could feel like she has more ambition than
she could
this
feel
man?
any way she want to feel. That doesn't make it real, right? But
settling is a feeling. Settling is not a tangible thing, right?
Let's say a woman is a workaholic, right?
Yeah.
Is she not? She probably gonna want to have kids, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who's gonna take care of them kids? She
Someone
workaholic.
Yeah, someone gotta do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she gonna find another dude that make mad money or work like she do and take care of the kids?
Unless they don't get a nanny, no.
All right. So does it work or does it not work?
It works.
It works. So you saying you settle? No, that's the type of dude that you're going to attract. A dude that is a workaholic, just like another woman, he's not gonna want a woman that's a workaholic. He gonna want to stay home and have my babies.
Right.
I'll work on getting the money. You just stay home, and if you're not willing to do that, that's not gonna work. And this is what people don't realize. They like, yo, I settled for this situation. No. The person that you're with, you guys have some type of commonality, or there's opposites. The polarity between you guys, it attracts you guys because you're this way and that person's that way, and that's how you guys connect. So you're not settling.
I think you're romanticizing it. I think you're looking at settling as a tangible thing. I think settling is more of a feeling, and it's a feeling of your partner is inadequate. And
that's why I'm saying
in that same vein, I feel like with that woman who is, she's not going to call herself a workaholic. She's going to say she's more ambitious, and she's going to look at, okay, this man that's sitting at home getting a free ride is less ambitious than me. And she's going to feel like, okay, and it's a feeling.
It's a feeling. You keep saying, yeah, I'm glad it's a feeling.
It's a feeling. It's nothing
that doesn't mean it's real.
It's not real.
It's not tangible. It's a feeling.
The feeling that you settle for someone, it's a feeling. It's nothing tangible. But these are ideas that people fix in their head that they are better and they can do better than the person that they're with. That's the core of what settling is, you know? So but everything is cool. Like, we could put all the facts there. Everybody can be as compatible as possible. But when all the chips are down and when the kids are raised and when there's no more work to be done, they still felt like they settled.
It don't matter. But it's a feeling.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Okay.
It's not real. It's how you feel, right? But later on, when you think about it, you guys are compatible. It's the compatibility. You said the word compatibility, right? So, all right, we don't know. Now, you still with that person after all this time. You still with that person, right? You could say, oh, I could have had somebody that was more ambitious or whatever. Y'all might have lasted 5 years and been done, right? But you look at the results. The results is that y'all been rocking for X amount of time, right? Because that is what you might have wanted something else, but the universe gave you what you needed. It gave you what you needed, not what you wanted. And this is what people need to realize. Like, that whole settling thing.
People did a main character though, Ron. Like, yo, like, if you do like a baby puzzle, that's like four pieces. And it's like one piece in the middle. That's a piece of like it's like a whale in the ocean. So the piece in the middle is that whole picture of the whale, and the rest of the outside piece, you know, that person in the middle feels like those outside pieces really don't even really matter because I'm the picture. Like, when everything is put together, this picture ain't shit without me in the middle of this. So settling is part ego. It's part, you know, it's a feeling, but it has to do with an inflated sense of ego, and it has to do with I don't want to use the word respect, but a lack of appreciation for the person you're with. But to say that it doesn't happen, are you saying that it just doesn't happen? Or are you saying that, because I'm feeling like the disagreement here is that you're saying that it's not a real thing.
I don't think it's a real thing.
So it's not a tangible thing, or people don't feel like that?
I think it's a feeling. Yes. I think people feel like that.
Yeah. Love is a feeling.
It is a feeling.
So then what's what are we doing? Feelings are real things. We just spoke about accountability. Accountability is
all right. So with love, right? You could have a feeling.
Yeah.
But there are acts next to the feeling of love.
Yeah.
You do things for that person that you wouldn't do for the regular person, that you could tell that person loves that person, right? Right. Mm-hmm. There are tangible acts that go alongside with the feeling of love. Right. Give me a tangible thing that goes alongside with settling.
Letting you eat the rest of my Chinese food. Not offering you an equal portion of my food. I think I'm better than you. I think I'm doing you a favor by fucking you. I'm going to eat my food. I'm eating my food in front of you while I finish watching whatever's on.
Why?
And then after I'm finished eating whatever, here's a packet of duck sauce. Work on this work on the rest of this rice. and we're gonna get to
what
That's it.
tangible results or tangible things do we have to say that I'm better than you?
Allowing disrespecting people right there in the open.
That's still based on your perception of yourself, right? That's not real. That's not real.
You dancing, baby.
I'm not dancing.
Dancing.
That's not real.
Oh, now.
That's not real. Now,
nothing is real. Nothing's real. Nothing's real. Nothing is real. Like nothing is like, unless it's like concrete, it's not real. It's all feelings. The way people treat people aren't real. It's just it's real in the way that.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? Who's better than you?
Shit, nobody. Better
what
than
you
me?
Mean?
What you mean? Who better than me?
You
know me, nigga. I asked you who better than me, nigga. I don't know who better than me.
It got to. All right, so niggas that make more money than you not better than you?
Nah, cause they ain't me. Cause if I had their money, I'll spend it like I would spend it. I'll make the money
so
look
niggas
better.
that got more education than you, they're not better than you?
What? Cause they read a couple more books. All right. I play more video games. I'm nicer than them in Madden.
So what makes another person in a relationship better than somebody else that they're settling for that person?
The perception of the person that feels like they're better than them.
That's all in that person. That's
all it is.
That doesn't mean that the world has validated, like, yo, you know what?
The world don't
You're better than that
nothing.
person. It's like, yo, it's all in the person. It's
unless
all the
you have a direct competition with that person. You arm wrestle them, you play them in basketball, you freaking do a free throw contest, you do something like that. You can't validate that someone's better than the other person. Everything else is in everybody else's head.
All right, so that's what
I'm saying. Self-esteem in the person that is taking the person that is getting settled for, or the person that is getting settled with, person that is settling for that other person.
Settling. Okay.
For that other person feels like, okay, I'm comfortable with this person. This person lets me get away with certain shit. I'm gonna stick around with this person, or I'm comfortable with this person, but I don't feel like this person is good enough for me. I feel like it happens all the time. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Especially when people
I'm just saying
young and they grow old together and they grow apart.
They break up.
Somebody kind of.
They will break up.
Yeah, most times.
There's not going all right. Maybe I'm not clear what I'm saying. If they really are not connected in some way or have some type of commonality, they will cease to exist together. But when you see people that are together for a long period of time, they're in relationships, they're married or whatever, there are commonalities. All right.
How about
that person may not have as much money or education as you, but there's something in there where you guys work.
How about somebody who they've been with each other, they got mad love with each other, been with each other, do mad shit. One person stays physically fit, works on it, eats better, eats good, works out everything, and then the other person is sliding. Other person is not sticking to what they look like when they first met.
Mm-hmm.
But they genuinely love this person, but this person looks a mess.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like, yo, I'm settling with this person because I love them, but I could definitely do better than this person physically.
They will leave.
If they really, I tried. We can move on. I tried.
That's what I'm saying. I've been saying the same thing.
I tried.
They will leave. It will be over with.
We can switch over. I'm good.
Yeah.
I tried. Who's a better group? New Edition or New Edition, or I'm gonna go
New Edition.
Boyz II Men.
New Edition.
New Edition is better than Boyz II Men?
Oh yeah,
so New Edition is the best group of all time to you.
It's just my opinion.
Yeah, make sure I learn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're a better group.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
It's a good that's a good palate cleanser. Yeah, new Edition is dope.
I'm trying to figure out what we got left though.
Well, what else we got? I don't know. Might be a dub.
Let's see what we got in
I got something.
Okay.
That's right. Boosie, I don't know if we ever found it. I took a note though. Boosie was doing an interview and he said a man could do anything to his daughter, just don't hit her, and he'll be fine with that man. As a girl dad, what do you think about that? Do you understand what he said? Like you could cheat on her, you could dog her out, you could do whatever. As long as you don't hit her, we don't got a problem.
No. I don't agree.
Mhm.
I don't agree.
Mhm.
There's other disrespect, like other than just physical disrespect.
Okay.
Nah, no
Talking to her
disrespect.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think he may be thinking from his own perspective. Like he might go all the way, but he don't physically
Mhm.
abuse or anything like that. But nah.
It was taken a little out of context. The way I initially heard it was that the way I took it was, and they break up. Like if they break up because he cheated on her, if they break up because he talked to her bad, I feel like at the end of the relationship, I feel like if it's an ongoing thing that she's putting up with, then we have a problem. But if you give me my daughter back in one piece without ever putting your physical hands on her, me and you don't have a problem.
Okay.
If the relationship ended because you cheated on her, I don't got a problem with you. You just go ahead about your life.
I'm not getting involved.
Anything short of you hitting her, you could give me back to her in one piece. I could fix her back mentally, get her back to where she needs to be. We're good. That's how I took it.
I understand what you're saying. And I get that. I get that.
Right.
I get that. Because you can't really insert yourself in your kids' relationships anyway. You could try to give advice or insight, but kids, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You can't control let's say your daughter's boyfriend or anything like that. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's a young man or whatever, or a man, and you don't have no control over their relationship. So if he is a cheater, whatever, all right, if you don't physically abuse my daughter, that's where it ends. Now, if you cheat on her, I'll probably be upset. Am I gonna put my hands on you? Probably not, because I'm like, yo, just leave him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if he physically assaulted my daughter,
anything short of that, that's where it's like we got a problem. I gotta come to see you. This is where
dudes is dudes, man. You can't be a hypocrite and niggas be doing
that part.
You're gonna run down your resume on how you treated all the women that in your life that you dealt with, and you can't. You're gonna find the flaw somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? But at least if you could say like, yo, I never put my hands on a female before. You know what I mean? But niggas done other shit that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? So I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, I kind of got it too. I thought it was an interesting take when I heard it. I took the note down. Kind of felt like that too. I felt like anything short of physical abuse, give her back. Let me pack her up and get her ready for the world. You out of here. I mean, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got, my boy.
All right. I guess before we go, we see if we got anything else or whatever. You know what I mean?
IG roulette. Pick anything. Let's go for it.
Let's see where we at. Just bear with us. You want to go with the teacher? No.
Yes.
No.
Go right there. We go big homie. He never fails. He got us a couple of views last time.
Yeah.
That's a wild boy. Who is that nigga? Like, yo, shout out to him, yo.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Organic.
That's a wild boy, yo.
Yeah.
I thought I'm a wild nigga. That nigga be saying whatever on his mind.
Yeah. Let's see what he's talking about. Hold on. Let me see.
Like, nigga, that's cornball shit. I'm leading with the bag now. But when I got the bag though sharp, it was like, I'm doing rich nigga lame shit. Hitting bitches up like, oh, when you want to come through riding a Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? Want to pick you up in this? Like, I'm like, nigga, that's cornball shit. I'm leading with the bag now. I never did that before. So I didn't like it because I'm never tricking anyway. So when a bitch fight back, like, oh, when you don't get my nails done, I'm like, bitch, who you talking to? But I fucked up and was leading with the bag. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't like that feeling because I ain't going for nothing. But I was doing rich nigga lame shit. And that ain't me.
Yeah.
Bitch, you like me because I'm me. But when I got the bag though sharp, it was like,
I like that talk. I like that shit. And I think it brings us full circle with accountability. Because he held himself accountable for the kind of women that he was around. Because a certain
you get what you attract.
That's what I'm saying. You put that kind of energy out, there's a certain woman that's going to be around you, and you looking like your phone just going off and your Cash App request is going off, and this feels corny. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I used to get shorties on the arm. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm paying transactional for like regular square broads. You know what I'm saying?
Is it I'm saying, but I think
square
that's
broads is bugging too, man. Like, yo, either you a prostitute or you a square. Stop asking for money if you not hoeing, yo. That shit is yo, either you a square or you a hoe. Like, stop. You looking goofy out here. Think you gonna get my hair done? You gonna pay for my food? You's a hoe or not?
You think square chicks is doing that?
Square chicks is doing that because they obviously don't classify themselves as prostitutes. If you on the curb, then you you a square.
Nah.
Yo, all that transactional
the
shit.
The spectrum of
flown out and then not smashing. I don't care if this nigga smell like Cheetos, feet, and motherfucking 40s. If that nigga paid for a flight, you fucking that nigga. You wildin'. Yo, stop playing prostitute games if you a square broad. If you got any morals or anything to you,
they playing
get off the street.
No.
Get off the street.
You can't blame them because they playing within the rules of the game. We're talking
the game and they getting violated and then they crying.
They all right.
They getting violated.
The world, the rules and the world is structured so they don't have to take accountability for that.
Oh, we're going full circle. Come on.
They don't have to.
Man. Take it to church, buddy.
Like, yo, you could say if you didn't want to do anything, you could fly across the country. You can go from New York to California. They could he paid for the flight. You could get there and say, yo, I don't want to do nothing. And
get her out the room, cancel that flight. I'll take my loss. You know what I mean?
Well, even if she want to, she could say like, "Yo, the nigga touched me. He touched me away, and I feel like I was assaulted."
You were playing prostitute game. Yo, all the square bros. Before you start doing it, you need to watch Players Club and see what happens to them good girls playing them fucking games. Yo, you prostitute or you not? Yo, all that asking for money, all that shit. I mean, I'm out the game for a long time, happily married, all that.
See,
I couldn't
you blaming it on the women, but these are the dudes that
bred this behavior.
Yes,
and he's showing full accountability.
You can't complain when, all right, when you come to the park and you start throwing bread to all the pigeons and they all around and this bird shit all on the, you brought them here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be upset when that happens.
Now, if I'm throwing bird shit, if I'm throwing bread with poison and all the other pigeons are dropping dead, that third generation of pigeons that are coming.
That's not happening though.
Why?
What you mean?
So I expect them to evolve.
First of all, you talking about square chicks playing prostitute games. You got regular working niggas playing rich nigga games. These niggas work regular jobs, paying the fly chicks over. Okay, you understand what I'm saying?
Now we talking. All right.
So,
all right. Okay.
It goes both ways.
Okay.
It goes both ways.
Everybody
like, yo,
faking.
Bro. Like, yo, if you really got it like that, you ain't complaining. It's nothing, right?
Yeah, right.
That was the phrase.
It ain't tricking if you got it, right? Yeah.
No. I'm not saying it's not tricking. No, not tricking if you got it. Terminology when we was a certain age was it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Nah, it's nothing.
It was never nothing, sir.
No, Not for me. It was always something.
Yeah, come on,
but
nigga,
that was what it was. It's nothing.
Hey,
Ain't
nigga,
nothing.
I got my receipt. Like, I paid for this pussy, ma'am. Like, nah.
Yo.
Nah, man. Is it customer service number I could call? 'Cause I need my money back. Fuck that.
And what happens is this, right? A slick chick can always outsmart a slick nigga.
What you talking about, nigga?
Yo, bro.
Please bring it back. Yeah.
Yo, women,
I'm every time
yo,
land that plane, nigga. Land that plane.
If women have all the right weaponry, if we talking about mentally, they on the same level,
right.
Women's gonna win.
Nah, dog.
Yo,
men can prey on their emotions. Men are more cutthroat. Nah, I think women are more cutthroat.
Yo, bro, women. When you talk about a woman that has a mission to get it, she has an advantage because she has the sexual parts. And men.
So why they never been women that pimp men? Why is men pimp? Oh, like why is it always men pimping women? Why could men have a whole stable? Like
I would bet that there are women that pimp other women.
Of course, there are madams, but there's women that gets pimped. Like, I don't know, man. I think you got a major hole in your argument.
No. I don't. Because what's the wait? Don't say nothing. Tell me the level of a madam versus the level of a pimp. There's two different financial levels. I feel like
you're crazy. A madam just make him feel better. A madam is a pimp, but a madam pimps with
a madam.
A little bit more.
A madam usually she supervises like escorts, like higher end. Pimp is fucking regular streetwalkers. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but they bringing all their money to them.
It don't.
And there's men who pimp on a major level too. Like, come on now,
bro.
A slick dude. Slick dude could manipulate 20 slick women.
There's a different level between a madam and a fucking pimp, bro.
A woman's major crush is always her emotion. That's why it's always comes down to in that one video, that dude had his phone out. Yo, I flew her out and look what she did. She ain't give me no that nigga was complaining.
Also, madam, I think you could correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
A pimp may have to get physical. I don't know if madams get physical with the
gorilla pimp. Like a regular pimp don't get physical. Physical as far as like smashing. He'll smash him.
You don't think they slap? You don't think he's slapping the shit out of a chick every now and again?
I don't think so.
Come on, man.
Nah, I think that's gorilla pimping. I don't think pimps gotta do that. You're giving pimps the wrong bad rap, yo.
All right. we kind of segue off, but the video that he was talking about he was talking about leading with the bread. We talked about this on one of the last shows, or one of the last previous shows that we were on.
Yeah.
And men tend to do that. You know what I mean? Like when it's there, when men got money, man, we peacock. We peacock a lot.
It's easy, and you could get more. It's the general. It's the difference between chasing a pigeon and trying to catch a bird, or putting the bread out and letting all the birds come to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much easier. You get more for.
No, you get more. You get. I think you get quantity, but you don't get quality.
You don't get quality. But you're not looking for quality.
I think we all looking for quality.
I feel like men who lead with money, they're going for quality, and they're going for quantity, and I feel like they're gonna feel like they could get their pick out of that quantity. Would you rather? Well, of course. Most men rather just get one down ass chick and just get one and just build a relationship with one down ass chick. But some men would rather get 12 chicks and just pick one out of them.
But they all came for the money, though.
They all came for the money. Well, one of them is gonna like me.
I want the one that
nasty.
I want the one that wanted me when I was a goat herder.
Of course.
Like, yo, she don't have to know. She don't have to know I'm a prince.
Yeah. I'm with him, and I'm glad that he had that revelation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that he said that, because that's real talk. And that's showing full accountability. Instead of saying, yo, women ain't shit. I got, the dating pool is toxic and saying all these things that everybody's saying, he's looking internally and he's like, yo, what am I bringing to the table? I'm attracting these women because I'm leading with money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting quality women because I'm leading with money. And I feel like that's a prime example of showing accountability.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And to bring the whole episode full circle, I feel like that's it right there.
Yeah. You get what you put out, man.
Absolutely.
You get what you put out. So
man.
you got a lot of dudes, like even on social media, you'll have these guys that have YouTube channels that they try to find gold diggers, but the whole play is the whole car shit. But I get,
yeah. I've been seeing that shit. Yeah, I've been seeing that shit.
Yeah,
it's like what you expect, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, yeah, you know, like.
But sometimes it'll be, you know, sometimes they approach on some regular shit, and then when they see him in the car, like chicks really, I'd be so surprised. Like, I'm like, women really act like that. They be that. They have no shame. They have no shame. But
shit, you get niggas acting like that.
Yeah.
I want to end the show with one thing. So I saw this. The New York Times has named Oxford 2023 Word of the Year, beating out contenders like situationship, prompt, de-influences, and Swifty. Riz. I think Riz is the New York Times best word of the year. You know what Riz means?
No.
Okay. Riz is a slang word for a game or charisma. So a dude got Riz is how he bagged short.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I did. Yeah, you know.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Right.
I really sound like an old dude or whatever. Because I just watched the Canon Mesha and he did say
he said it. Oh,
check my Riz or whatever. Like
right.
Yeah.
So Riz has been named the 2023 best word of the year. I feel like it's a great addition. I like Riz in slang. I like words. I like slang words.
What's the root of the word? Like, where did it come from? Like, what does it mean? Like, where did Riz is short for something
the
that
Gen Z slang term of Oxford 2023 of the year is derived from charisma. The word refers to style.
Charisma.
Boom.
Yeah,
Riz. Charisma.
Okay.
Boom. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. The ability to attract a romantic or sexual partner. So Riz, charisma. I like that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll help this generation really try to work on their Riz.
Get off the internet.
Yeah.
Get off the social media. Get off the dating apps. Get out there. Start rizzing them up.
Yeah.
Get that.
Can I really see it happening? Probably not. But I'm hopeful.
Start somewhere, man. Starts with a word, man.
Yeah. All right.
Doggy.
Damn, we didn't really shout out any of our sponsors tonight. Yeah, sorry about that. Man, we're in the Christmas season, and we should have shouted out earlier. Our first sponsor is Moods by Michelle Rose. We did a collab with her for our Cigars and Whiskey candle.
Amazing scent.
Amazing scent. You can go to her website and check it out at moodsbymichellerose.com. She has a bunch of different scents. They all smell amazing. So please check her out. You can also check her out on Instagram at Moods by Michelle Rose. Also, big shout out to our brothers of the leaf, our sisters of the leaf. We all know if we smoke cigars on a regular basis, you're going to deal with cigar breath, right? This company right here, Cigargle, they have a product that really, really works. It knocks out cigar breath in one rinse. One of these can knock it out, right? Usually you got to brush your teeth, rinse your mouth out, eat a mint, chew some gum. This will knock it out in one shot.
Let me tell you a little bit about Cigargle too. I started like really using it, and I kind of used it last week when I was leaving here. I felt like I had a little alcohol on the breath. I had to take a little ride home. This isn't really made with alcohol like a Listerine or anything like that. This is like hydrogen peroxide base. So it fizzes in your pores. It fizzes in your mouth like it low key works for alcohol too. Like you could be out all night, have one of these in your pocket, and you're gonna go home with a nice fresh mouth.
Yeah.
No balls.
Yeah.
For a fresh mouth, cigar.
Exactly.
Cigar. Yeah.
We just commercial for that. Yeah. So yo, check them out. You can go to their website. It's cigargle.co.
Yeah, man.
And it's spelled CIGARGLE.co. And also you can check them out on Instagram. Same name as Cigargle. All right. White Star GB. How do we feel about before we even go there? Again.
Well, let me speak on the hat.
Yeah.
The hat is our first piece of merch that we're gonna roll out, but honestly, I'm not satisfied with it. You know what I mean?
It's fire though.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into it, but I'm not really fully satisfied with the product that I came out with. So we're gonna take a step back, and early next year, give me to about February. We're gonna really launch a proper crown, honestly, because I don't really feel like y'all deserve what I really kind of put together. I try to put it together the old way, and the game ain't the same anymore. So give me a month, let me reload, and I'm gonna come back strong. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. You heard it.
Absolutely.
Also, the Elijah Craig Straight Rye, Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, 47 ABV, 94 proof. What does this retail at?
$40.
$40 for 750 mil. So give it a shot, and guys, let us know how you feel like this one fared.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I thought it was pretty smooth, and yeah, man. But you guys let us know what you think about it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Very important to let you guys know that we are right now, as far as the YouTube page, we are demonetized, but we should be getting back soon. But if you want to support the channel, all right, you can do that via Cash App. It's the same. It's $ Cigars Whiskey. Cigars with an S, whiskey. All right. If you don't follow us on Instagram, please do at Cigars Whiskey. Same as the Cash App, Cigars with an S, whiskey. If you have any questions, any comments, any recommendations, meaning you want to recommend a cigar, a spirit, or even a topic, by all means, hit us up. If you have a product or service and you want to sponsor a show, you can shoot us over an email. It's podcast@cigarswhiskey.com. Again, podcast@cigarswhiskey.com. Got anything else?
That's a dub, man.
I
We'll
think
see
that's
y'all
it,
next
right?
week. Yeah, man.
All right. And with
We got
that,
a couple of big shows coming up.
Yeah. All right. So stay tuned.
Some crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna do a end of the year wrap up with our guys over at Talk That Talk podcast collaboration. So we'll have that ready for you guys New Year's Day, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
But with that, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Cigars and Whiskey Podcast. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.